Hi guys, first and foremost I just want to thank everyone for submitting their questions to the Deviant Q&A. This is the first Q&A video I have ever done, so hopefully if this is a success I'll do another one. If you do have any other questions after this video, please leave a comment beneath the video, or you can submit them to me via Twitter using the hashtag DeviantQA or via my website devilishlydeviant.net/ask. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the questions. The first question I'm going to answer comes from someone who submitted a question via my website, via the submission form. They didn't tell me their name, so I can't say who it is, but their question was, who is my favourite Big Bang Theory character? Now, that's a difficult one because I do like them all to various degrees for different reasons, but it's got to be Sheldon Cooper, hasn't it? I mean, really, ultimately, it has to be Sheldon. Sheldon aside though, let's put Sheldon to one side, I really like Amy as well, and Bernadette. So they'd probably be, I'd go for my favourite three characters would be Sheldon, Amy and Bernadette. I like Bernadette because she's really cute and she's really nice, but she has a really kind of witty side which I absolutely love. Amy because she's hilarious and her one-liners are fantastic. Sheldon because I love Jim Parsons as an actor. Not only is he great as Sheldon, but if you haven't seen him in The Normal Heart, I recommend checking that out as well. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you to whoever submitted that question. I hope that answers your question. Leave me some more questions if you feel like. Okay, going over to Twitter. I've just stupidly gone off of the hashtag. 1 second. Right. Okay, so the next question I'm going to take from OL Geek, who has submitted a lot of questions, many of which will be featured in this video. She asks, what were you smoking when you recommended me BT Infinity? Now, for those of you not in the know, I recommended that OL Geek go with BT for her super fast fibre optic broadband, and it didn't work out for her. I will leave a link to her blog post below which shows you all the trouble she had. It's definitely a recommended read for anyone contemplating taking BT as their service provider. Admittedly, I have never had any problems with BT. Apart from a couple of hiccups to begin with, I've had flawless service. I use BT Infinity myself every day and I don't have any problems. I don't have BT Vision, so I can't comment on that part of the service. I do apologise, OL Geek. I did recommend them to you in good faith as I've never had any problems with them. But while we're talking about BT, you may want to check out this past week's episode of Watchdog, because they had a lot of people complaining about BT Infinity on there. Drop connections, cancelled appointments, stuff like that. I thought of you, so definitely check that out. I hope that answers your question. Now I'm going to answer one from John Harrison, who asks, what is my favourite gadget? Oh, again, this is such a difficult one. I think I'm going to have to go for what I use every day, and that would be my iPad. I use that constantly, whether it be to watch TV shows, read magazines, newspapers, look at photos, watch YouTube videos. So for me it would have to be my iPad at the moment. A close second would be my MacBook Pro, because it is so invaluable to me. I wouldn't be able to do I would be able to do my editing, but it wouldn't be as fun an experience if I didn't have my MacBook Pro. Now I'm going to throw the question back at you, John. What is your favourite gadget that you have? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's go back to Twitter. And we have another one from OL Geek, and she asks, you currently have an iPad, a MacBook Air and an iMac. What would one device have to do to replace all of them? Oh my god, that's such an open-ended question. I just can't even... I don't know really. I quite like having separate devices. This is how I'm going to answer this question. I don't like having all my eggs in one basket. So for me, I like that all the gadgets I have do different things. My main iMac I use every day. It's just my desktop computer. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays where it is. It acts as my media server, so when I'm watching stuff on the Chromecast or through the PS4 or PS3, I have it switched on. That's my main machine. I edit all my photos and everything on there. My MacBook Air I don't actually have in my possession anymore. I sold that to my sister. That's her machine. It is in the same house, but that is predominantly hers now. I have the MacBook Pro. The reason I have the MacBook Pro is for its portability. I can sit wherever I am in the house or out in the garden. I can edit my videos. It's got a Retina display, which I find really useful, especially with my eyesight at the moment. I do wear glasses just for computer work, and I find that the Retina is much more easier on the eyes than, say, the iMac. Even though the iMac does have an HD screen, it's not quite up there with the Retina as far as I'm concerned. iPad is just a completely different product category. I take that around everywhere with me, so that's a no-brainer. It's so light. I have the iPad Air, so it's so light I can take it wherever. I can watch films on the go, I can do whatever I want with it, and it fits in my backpack. Fantastic. But if I wanted something to try and answer your question, it would have to be as light as the iPad Air, capable of handling editing videos and exporting them efficiently, and by efficiently I mean fast, and you know, within sort of 5 to 6 minutes, which is what the MacBook Pro currently offers me. It would have to have an even better battery life, so maybe like 10-hour battery life. The iPad Air, I've noticed, actually doesn't quite have a 10-hour battery life. I think it's less than, I got better battery life from my iPad 3 than I do from my iPad Air. Make of it what you will. Exactly the same settings, no idea why that is the case. I hope that answers your question. I know it's kind of answering it but not answering it, but it's a very difficult question to answer because I use each of my devices for different things, and I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. Thank you for your question. What would you, if you could have one super device, OL Geek, what would it be and why? Or anyone, you know, let me know in the comments. Let's take another question. When is your birthday? My birthday is on the 14th of April. I was born in 1987. So yeah, check out my birthday vlog as well. It's just called Say Hello to the Pope. That is on the channel as well, so which you can check out should you wish to do so. Very quick question, easy answer. Again, that was from someone anonymously asking via the website. Please include your name if you can if you submit them via the website, because I can give you a shout out that way, but obviously if you're just anonymous I can't do. Okay, let's pick another one from John Harrison. Last concert you went to? The last concert I went to was last year when I saw the Pet Shop Boys live at the O2. I took Babbitt to see them last year. We stayed over in a Travelodge. Oh, it was great. Pet Shop Boys are fantastic. If you've not heard any of their music, do check it out. We had really good seats as well. I just wish I'd had a better camcorder at the time because I couldn't record anything. Because we were a bit too far away and the quality I did manage to record was appalling, so I couldn't put it into a vlog. Hope that answers your question. What about you, John? What was the last concert you went to? Let me know in the comments. I know Lydia went to Jessie J, didn't she? Sort of the couple of nights ago. Let me know. Right, let's go back to Twitter. I'm not sure how many questions to answer in this video, so I do apologise if anyone gets bored. I'm going to do a couple more and then I will stop. So let's cycle through. This is a funny one. What's the square root of -1? I don't know. I genuinely don't. I'm sure it's probably a simple answer, but I am crap at maths, even if there is an answer, so there you go. I don't know is the answer to that one. Please do let me know. Am I Marvel or DC? Oh, that's a tough one. I like both. Do I have to pick one? Why can't I like them both? I do like them both, so I can't pick between them, I'm afraid. I am both Marvel and DC. Although I do seem to have more DC clothing than I do Marvel. Make of that what you will. Do you have a crush on Sigourney Weaver? Hello? Doesn't everyone have a crush on Sigourney Weaver? Oh my god, in the Alien films? Even in Avatar? Yes, to answer your question, yes I do have a crush on Sigourney Weaver, as does anyone else with any kind of taste whatsoever. So that answers that one. That's from OL Geek as well. Let's pick something else out. I'll do one more. If Apple stopped making iPhones, would your next phone be Android, Windows or something else? That would be my idea of hell. If Apple stopped making smartphones, I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. I hate the Android operating system. I have had experience of it. I did have the HTC Desire when it came out, which I know was a long time ago, and I did have a Nexus 7, and I just did not like the operating system at all. I just found it convoluted and just messy and just horrible. I really like the fluidity of iOS and OS X. So for me, if Apple stopped making phones, I don't know what I'd go back to. I think I would go for 2 tin cans and a string. I think... Oh, I don't know. It's a difficult one. I do quite like the... I don't know, do I? I like the look of the Nokia phones with the coloured backs. What are they called? It's not the Sony Xperia, is it? I'm not sure. I could be wrong. My knowledge of phones outside of Apple is next to none. I like the way the HTC One look. HTC M8, M1, M8 is it called? This is how limited my knowledge is. I like how that looks, but I've heard that the camera's crap. So again, that would be an issue for me. It really would be like Armageddon if Apple stopped making smartphones, because as far as I'm concerned, and I am an Apple fangirl, admittedly, I think Apple make the best phones on the market. Hands down. I don't like the Samsung Galaxy phones whatsoever. They're huge and I don't like them. The other thing I don't like about Android is that not all handsets support all updates, so they only seem to make certain updates available for certain handsets, which then makes the handset you have redundant after a short amount of time. Whereas with Apple, they seem to make each iteration of iOS or OS X backwards compatible to a certain extent, and I really love that about Apple. It gives you a good few years use out of your devices. Sure, the older it is, the sooner it's going to become as slow as hell, but you can still install the update if you wish to do so. I do hope that answers your questions. Sorry to anyone whose questions I haven't answered, but if you'd feel free to leave me the question below this video, I'll be sure to answer it in the next video. As always, if you have liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and follow me on Twitter at Silken1987. Thank you for watching. See you next time.